Yo, what is up, you guys? So in today's video, we're going to talk about a synth called CIRCLE2. This is it right here. We're going to just do a quick basic overview because there's already a few overviews of this synth already. So I'm going to keep that really short. What I really want to focus on is just making something with it so you can hear it in use and kind of see some of the cool features about it. So like one I can think of right off the top of my head is that the fact that it uses a new type of synthesis that I've never heard of before called vector phase shifting. But other than that, Future Audio Workshop, the developer of this, was nice enough to send me 2 licenses of this. So I have an extra license. So what we'll do is just have a giveaway contest for this. So just down below, all you got to do is say I want it in this video, nothing else, and next week I'll just choose a winner for that. So you got some time. So before I get into the overview part, let's actually I just want to play you this patch right here that I quickly made. So it's kind of Umix styled. So I saw a Future magazine video of him using this synth to make kind of his like signature type of bass line, and I always wondered how he did it, and I kind of had an idea of how he did it. And once I saw him using this synth to do it, I just knew that I really wanted this synth because I adore Umix. So let's just play this little clip right here. So in this patch that I quickly made, I tried to use one of each type of the oscillator type. So I use the analog one up here, I use the VPS down here, and the wavetable one here. And of course I still had an extra oscillator to use. Then we have a noise oscillator after that. We have a general feedback right here. We have our mixer right here, so we can set our levels and do even more modulation on the amplitude of each oscillator. Then we have one effects here that's before the filter, so we see things like ring mods, crushers, phase filter, some EQs, overdrive, distortion, a mouth filter, so really cool stuff. And we have that coming after the filter as well, so all those same choices, we can just choose any combination on both of those. So then we have the filter, so we have a dual filter as well, so if we want to have 2 filter types going on, to maybe a low pass, high pass sort of thing, or band pass, and then we can choose between serial and parallel for that. And then we have the VCA down here, so that's just the voltage control amplifier, or whatever the exact acronym is. But basically this is just a way we can control everything in the synth. So we see that this green envelope up here is already down here, so this is basically our main envelope now for the synth. But of course we could change that or make this LFO or whatever, and it's going to do some weird stuff there. So now getting into the modulation part of this, there's actually, we have 5 boxes to use either a envelope, an LFO, or a sequencer. So if we look at a sequencer, you can see what that one looks like. We can also just use presets that already comes here. So it's, again, really good at just giving you a lot of options, and you can also save your own and all that. So if I want to just choose the sequencer like that and drag it to the filter 1 frequency and do that kind of stuff, really easy to do. And of course I can use these dots everywhere where you can bring them in. And cool enough, with the oscillators, we also can use those to modulate stuff as well. So if I want to modulate the LFO rate, the blue LFO rate, with a analog oscillator, I can do that. And when you bring these little dots on, you just click on it once and then you can set the amount. So that's how it works. And I actually like this a lot because even if I just click on it, I'll stay open until I come back and click it to the amount that I want. So it's not like you have to hold click and all that. It's just one easy click and then it doesn't go away until you come back to it. So really like that. So I could even just drag in more of these and basically just click on those, still drag some more, and open those, and then I can just make sure I have all these the way I want it, and then close it. So I like that a lot about it. Very simple. So now let's get into some of the stuff down here. So let's go into the effects first, because I know people want to see these effects. So we have stuff like phaser, reverb, some delays, which are called echoes here. So echo and ping pong delay and chorus and tube distortion and all that kind of stuff. Bucket delay, I don't even know what that is. And then we see things like our settings, so we can set the polyphony and voicing and global detune and then randomize certain parameters. And then we also have our host sync, so we can get some of the LFOs and time sync stuff to sync to our DAW. Then we have the keyboard section, which also has the arpeggiator. If we go to new sound, we notice by default, if we turn on all the oscillators, that we have the keyboard one assigned already to the oscillators. So if I want to maybe change one out for the second keyboard and then have different settings there, and also right here on the key follow, we can come up with some really interesting stuff like that. So these two are really separate from each other, and we have a lot of control over that. And in terms of other MIDI things, we also have a CC control down here as well. And then we get finally to the sound libraries. So I always love plugins that have really well UIs and it's easy to preset browse. The thing I hate most with synths is having to import sounds and click on files or file menus to load in sounds. I hate that. With this right here, you don't have to do any of that. You just click on factory and then you can just start looking at presets right away, and you can start going through some of the organized classes and types and all that. So if I want a bass sound, I just click on bass and then I just look around in there. If I want a bass organ, I click on bass organ, and if I want drums, there you go. So you get the idea. And it was actually really easy to add my own folders of this. So all I did was press on this little plus button and let me name a folder whatever I want, and it did it in my computer without even having to pop up a dialog box, for me to do anything outside of Ableton. And then I just named it K-State, and I just got started making presets right away. So it's probably worth mentioning, I forgot to mention this earlier, but there's also a fade in and a delay on the LFOs. So that means you can delay when the LFO actually comes in, and that gives you some really interesting results. So I'm going to try to use that right here. Alright, so you saw me mess around with Circle quite a bit. I ended up making a rolling bass patch, so I actually liked it, so I saved it. So, again, if you guys want a copy of this, you guys say, I want it, down in the comments, and I'll pick someone at random. So, thanks guys for watching, and of course, late.